Welcome. It's the Matic. It's the illest blurred in the land. Welcome back to Ill Blur Matic. Welcome back, legends. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing, also returning. Let's get into today's video. Today's new video is something that honestly, I went into this movie and I was not expecting it to be something that I was gonna really enjoy. Shouts out to Zap Crystal. Also, shouts out to SimUD Verse. You guys did recommend this movie. I finally got a chance to check it out on Netflix. And what am I talking about? The movie Gran Turismo movie review. So honestly, I really liked what they did at the beginning of this movie. For people that they're not gamers or are unaware of what Gran Turismo is as a video game franchise, like maybe new to it, the introduction to learn a bit of the history of Gran Turismo and why it's one of the top racing video games out on the game console, but also the history behind it to kind of lure you in that may not have known the history behind it, and also seeing the creator of the game also in the movie for a brief time. I really love the idea of it. I was like, you know what? For this to be a movie like that, I love that they did that. They kind of gave you an introduction to maybe for people that may not know what this game is about. Now, being based on a true story was something that really worked for this movie. We start off pretty much with Jan Martinborough and David Hardenborough. I love the chemistry that him and Archie played for these characters in the movie. We see their relationship not being always on the best of terms because pretty much David Hardenborough's character is like, hey, look, man, we know that you enjoy playing Gran Turismo, the simulator, and the games, but in this racing life, it's a bit different. All right, you are literally not playing the video game, so you have to get your mindset ready, knowing to prepare for certain things when it comes to the racetrack aspect, because you're not playing the video game anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I was like that aspect of it. Thought that was very interesting. Also, with Jan Martinborough, very relatable character. I am also a gamer, so I was like, you know what? Very relatable. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy gaming as much as he did. I was like, this is something I can relate to. We see the things that he goes through are not always easy. You know what I'm saying? His father not believing in him was something that stood out with this movie. Sometimes, yes, you may come from family, but they may not always agree with what your goals are. And we've seen the father kind of being like not necessarily the main villain, but maybe like a mini villain for him. And I wish Jamin Hansu would have had a bigger role in this movie. I felt like that was missing. I was like, you know what? I want to know like a little bit more of the layers. Like it's like peeling the onion, right? I said, I know they could have like fit a little bit more of the story in there. And I was like, well, I guess maybe David Harbour-Burn's character worked out because he was kind of like a father figure, but just on the racetrack for him, but also to the other gamer nerds that were becoming racers for the Gran Turismo opportunity. The other thing that I thought that was really interesting in this movie was the racetrack scenes. Beautiful shots. Like I felt like PlayStation Productions put some money into this. The shots for the racing sequences were incredible. I feel like some of this was shot by drones. From the look of it, it didn't look like it was shot with a regular, filming equipment, and it worked. I was like, okay, I'm drawn into this. The other thing I like about this movie, we see Jan Martinborough having his challenges, him being the underdog. Because you remember, Orlando Bloom was the marketing exec for Nissan, and he didn't necessarily believe in Jan Martin Burroughs story. So I was like, oh, he's like he's like the top exec guy that he doesn't believe in him. I mean, David Hartenborough's character is the one that's kind of more of the person that's really willing to take the risk with him, learn to help him to be a better racer because he's had experience due to a tragic situation, which I will not spoil for you guys. Please go see the movie, so I won't spoil it at all. Which is very interesting. The other thing that I thought with this movie that was cool, we had an actual main villain. The main villain was someone from David's previous team, and he's a bit of a douchebag. He's very arrogant, very cocky. He's the polar opposite of Jan Martin Burroughs' character, and I really like that they fleshed his character out as well. So we do see him throughout some of the races within this movie. But let's talk about what was something that I felt like was kind of a bit of a drag a bit. Some of the races felt short ran, but then again, I understand because look, runtime sometimes, excuse me, is everything for a movie, and I don't think a 3-hour Gran Turismo movie would have cut it. You know what I'm saying? 2 hours is definitely good enough for a Gran Turismo movie, but 3 hours is pushing it for a race car inspired true story movie. And I understand that. I get it. The other thing is this movie was a heartfelt story. We're seeing the underdog against the odds. People that did not believe in him eventually believed in him enough, and he's becoming successful thanks to them pushing him. You know what I'm saying? The most heartfelt scene is when the father, which is played by, like I said, Jamin Hansu, finally believing in his son. I like that. I like seeing the underdog eventually winning. I thought that was the thing for me. I said, prove your daddy wrong. Prove your daddy wrong, boy. Prove him wrong. And I love that we did see that scene. We also saw the dangers of racing. You could die, you can get into accidents, and even Jan Martin Burroughs' character does experience that. Him having a traumatic experience from one of the races and saying, like, do I really want to go back out on this racetrack being a gamer / racer? But let me give you my actual review on Gran Turismo. Okay, so first off, this movie blew me away. I gotta give it an A+. This by far has been one of the best video game movies for this year. Don't get me wrong, Super Mario Brothers was another good movie. Johnny Cage, that was a misbag. It was good, but I felt like they could have did a little bit more with it. It seems like we're in the year or the era of better video game movie adaptations, even TV shows, and I love seeing that. Honestly, some movies, when it comes to genres, are not as good as they used to be. And with video game movies kind of becoming in this new golden age, I'm loving it. I'm actually loving it. I thought for a fact, I said, man, I'm like, am I gonna enjoy this movie or not? But it's your boy Ilbro, man, guys. You tell me in the comments, have you seen the Gran Turismo movie? And I also would like to hear y'all taste on it. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? It's a blur. Living word, guys. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing, and also fully watching the video, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'm out.